Whoa, leaves up here. Like all the leaves in that tree came right here. It's fall time here in Tennessee. Good morning, girls. Garden's looking good. Here I got my steel cut oats and nuts and dried fruit in there. It's the way to go for morning time. I probably need to eat it in the truck though because I have a lot to do today. Today we're doing some serious fabric. I'm going to show you all how to use fabric wisely in your landscapes, in your gardens, to be able to control more heavy-duty, tough weeds, especially like Bermuda grass or any of the more invasive like trees that might come up through your landscape that are planted by, you know, squirrels or birds. Also, I'm going to show you how to use fabric to claim a new area for your garden or landscape. I gotta stop and get these girls a pet because they just keep on giving me the look back here. So yeah, I had a conversation with somebody in one of the recent videos where basically they were saying that she's so excited. What are you doing, girl? She likes the cool weather, don't you, girl? Hey, down. Sit down. Anyways, in one of the recent videos, someone was talking about how they had done the no-till method where, you know, you put cardboard down and compost and then mulch on top of that, or wood chips, and Bermuda grass had come up through all that and just taken over. It's just not looking good. They said it worked for most of the area, but the Bermuda grass, where the Bermuda grass was, it just went crazy and took it over. And my guess is a lot of you guys have just had some struggles with grass like Bermuda grass, you know, any kind of other grass that's pretty tough. You see all that brush across the way right there? How would I go in there and clear it in a way that is both sustainable but also going to be not detrimental to the environment? Those are some of the things that we'll cover later on today as I do the landscape fabric. All right, girls, have a good day. Have a good day. I'm headed out. Looks like they're having fun already. And we're off. Boom, shika boom, we're here. There are multiple types of fabric here. As you can see, they've got all kind of drainage stuff here, but we have two types. They're kind of covered up more than they used to. We see right here, you can see kind of, it looks like kind of more tarp material. Then the other type is like woven, very tough. Right there. So this Contractor Select Plus is actually stronger, 50% stronger than Contractors Select, which is the blacker, more woven, tarp looking material. So this is woven real thickly, real thick, so that things like Bermuda grass are not going to come up through. See, tough stuff. Just because I know in the future I'm going to be using these materials quite a bit, I just want to have it at the garage. Love seeing all these plants. It's my kind of place around here. Got all the staples we need for a long time. Tell you what, it's getting really chilly out here. I mean, there's the sun over there, but it's not looking so bright. I mean, I'm pretty cold actually. A little gloomy, but you know what? The garden guy, Benj is doing good, because even though life's hard and we got all kinds of stuff going on all the time, we can be grateful. Yesterday I was having a hard time being grateful, but I decided, you know what? I'm going to be grateful and just keep on doing what I've been doing. Beautifying places, blessing people by bringing in new aspects to their landscape, whether it be hardscaping, edible landscaping, new privacy bushes, whatever it is that I'm doing. I just want to do it for the benefit of other people so that I can beautify the world. That's the way to do it. Alright folks, here we go. We're going to be over there pretty soon and get going on this landscape fabric. Look forward to sharing some tips and tricks about landscape fabric with you. Look at these plants. Looking so good, looking good. We have arrived on site, so let's get going. Also, I just realized something. Today I feel like I look a little bit like not really put together, you know what I mean? But it just feels like that kind of day. It's overcast. It's okay to wear some pants that aren't quite long enough. You know, I'm 6'3", and I feel like pants, it's just hard for me to find pants that are long enough. They always come a little short, but that's okay. No worries. No worries. As long as they keep me warm. I feel like I'm opening a Christmas present. Voila. This is the good stuff. Let's walk the property real quick. This whole area is getting the fabric all the way down. And then we come into the backyard, starting about right here, 2 feet up. Coming straight down, it's going to have fabric all the way through there. Primarily because, as you can see, I mean, if you saw the previous video, you know how rough it was, but man, there's all kinds of briars and stickers and all kinds of stuff growing up through here. All these briars and stickers and stuff is what we do not want growing up and through our mulch. That's why we need to put fabric down first. One little trick I like to utilize is to put something in the ground right where you're starting to pull the fabric, and put the fabric down to where the it's starting to roll from underneath, so that whenever you pull it, it's going to try to go towards whatever you put in the ground. You're able to just pull it out like that rather than trying to unroll it and take a long time. It's the way to do it. Just pull it straight the whole way. That way you don't have your roll just rolling around all the time. Okay, looking good, looking good. Another tip for doing fabric is never start on the outside of the fabric. If you do that, you're always fighting with the fabric. It's like gonna get ruffled up and all that. What you want to do is you put your foot or something on the other side so that there's tension right here. And then you start about an inch inside of the fabric. Lift this up a little bit off the ground, and then start about an inch inside of the fabric. Push in, and then just slide it all the way down to the end. Much easier that way than trying to fight against the fabric all the time. And then at the end, you come from the inside and go outward. There you go, you're done. All right, let's do it again. Stop it right about here. Put this guy right up to it. Cool. Alright, so she would prefer to not have any grass in here. So what we're going to do is pull this strip all the way up to the edge, and then we'll put slips in between each of the plants. Now there's a trick I like to use when putting fabric down along edges like this. I'll show you what I like to do. Anytime you have an edge like this, you really don't want to have weeds popping through the edge. Whenever, like, you're going to put the fabric down right to there, but then you have all these little grass seeds and stuff, and all these roots are established. They're going to just pop right through the edge, and it won't look that clean. What you want to do, you want to get a nice shovel with a nice edge on it, and cut a bevel angled like this towards the concrete or whatever the edge is. So it's going in there, cutting out all those roots. Take the soil away somewhere else. By the end of it, we'll have an area that's cleared out of all these grass stems and roots and all kinds of stuff. Fabric will just slide right into it like that. Now we have space for the mulch to go and fall down into right here. Whatever type of mulch we're doing, it's going to come right in here and have, rather than spilling in over into the concrete or whatever patio or whatever you got going on, rather than spilling into it, the mulch has space right here to come right up to the edge and look good. All these roots and stolons, rhizomes, they're not going to be able to pop through as easily on the edge. They're going to have to struggle to get over there. And also, rather than being flat, like if we hadn't taken this out, this fabric would have been flat. And just like this, the fabric right here, all those little, especially Bermuda grass, can come across and come out the edge. But if you have a bevel like that, and here's the edge. Oh man, they gave me a snack. Plus coffee. Oh yeah. Nothing like it. I love working for people who give me food. Ah, so good. Okay, back to this border. We're gonna cut it in all the way, put the edge down into there, and staple it down, knock it all out. Ta-da! All the edge is cleaned out. Now let's come in and put the fabric down. Alright, I've stapled all along the straight edge there, and I've left the rest loose because I want to fold this back real quick like that, and then I'm gonna get those strips and put them in between these plants. A few of these gaps were a little too big for me, so I decided to go ahead and get some fabric to cover those spots. Alright friends, when it comes to putting fabric down in on a slope, as you can see there's quite a bit of a slope there. We really want to make sure and start downhill. Always start downhill and then layer on top of the last one you put down. Kind of like shingles, you know. You have a roof, shingles are coming down, start at the bottom, work your way up. And so this fabric is going to overlap on the top of that. As you can see, this fabric is woven, so the water is going to sift through this, and so we won't have like all of a sudden a bunch of water rushing right there. The water's going to soak down in and be able to water these laurels. We have a lot of invasive and just tough species. This is blackberry bush. We've got some wild violet right there. I can tell by the root. We have all kinds of trees. We even have right here. Here's a tree. I really should have cut that a little lower, but we'll go ahead and put fabric over it, and that should keep it from coming through. This is very tough fabric, so that's why we get the woven type. And whoop, wind got me. That's why I need to staple it down. Sometimes you just gotta roll with it and make adaptations while you're working. I put this fabric down that's 3 foot wide, and turns out because it went up towards the edge there, kind of scrunched it up. And now if we were to use another 3 foot strip, it would only come about 6 inches above these plants. So reality is I need to take this one up and go ahead and get the 6 foot wide swath, put it all the way through, and then we'll end up in the right spot. So just got to make that change real quick. Some good looking fabric right there. Okay, we're going to cut slits right where each plant is. Only 2 sheets of fabric cover this whole area. I'm excited about this spot. Another area we're putting fabric is all along the edge of this, or the front of this wall. We're actually going to extend the wall a little bit. This wall will extend across to about here, and then we'll have that same material as a border, and then pea gravel coming around with flagstone set into it. Same thing all the way around here, and then the flagstone walkway right there, and then also coming around. So kind of two forks coming out. Then another bed here, and right there we have some strawberries growing there. Lavender all along the base of this wall. Lavender, because they have a serious mosquito problem. And turns out mosquitoes are repelled by lavender. Lavender is a good plant to plant around, like your patio or any outdoor spaces that you don't want to have mosquitoes, you know, attacking you all the time. It can really help. This whole area above this wall is going to become a perennial bed. She's tired of weed eating this whole area, so we'll be doing the fabric, and then we'll be putting down perennial plants, hopefully some edible plants too. Gardenguy, why are you putting in so much fabric, you know, synthetic material? Why are you using so much, you know, non-natural materials for your landscaping? The reason is this whole place is crawling with Bermuda grass. Bermuda grass is not a plant you want to really mess with. When it comes to controlling highly invasive weeds or bushes, really you have to take solid measures. And in my experience, that is woven fabric. It's really going to take about a year to 2 years to kill off those plant roots and stems and just all the life under there. Now, one option for folks, if you don't want to have plastic in your area, use the fabric or plastic for 2 years. I would recommend 2 years to make sure and kill off all those roots. 2 years, cover an area and do mulch on top. That whole time that mulch can be breaking down while the invasive weeds underneath are being killed off. They're not having access to light, so they're gonna slowly just die off. After you've eliminated those weeds or plants that you don't want, take the fabric out or the plastic out and just leave your mulch layer. Put a new fresh layer of mulch on, because really the seeds of weeds, all kinds of seeds are always in the soil. Go ahead and make sure you always have that layer of mulch on top, and try not to disturb the soil underneath. Otherwise you'll have those seeds pop back up, and then all of a sudden you'll have weeds again. So what I'm saying is, you don't have to keep the fabric. You could keep it there for 2 years and then take it out and just keep a nice thick layer of mulch on top. But you do need something very substantial to keep those weeds down. You could try like 2 or 3 layers of cardboard. That honestly would probably do the same effect. But in this situation, it just makes sense to do fabric. And if y'all have any ideas other than what I've already mentioned, shoot them down in the comments. I'm happy to hear them. I'm always learning. So yeah, shoot me some ideas of what y'all have used to really control more invasive weeds that have stolons and rhizomes and stems that just come up through stuff. You know, just tell me how y'all control weeds long term. I can't tell you guys how excited I am about turning this into a beautiful fire pit using that materials right there. That's coming hopefully in the next 2 or 3 weeks. It's gonna be fun. Stay tuned. The fabric is looking good. Time to pack up. All right. Coming in next week with some pine straw. Finish all the rest of the fabric. But this is a good start. I'm liking the looks of it. It's gonna look so good. Good stuff. YouTube family, thank you for watching. I enjoyed today. Thanks for tagging along, and hopefully some of these tips on landscape fabric are helpful for you. Using plastic and fabric, you can turn that all into a cleared land with the trees by putting the trees, you know, in holes. And then after that, if you want to take that out after 2 or 3 years, you can turn the whole area into a garden underneath the fruit trees and berry bushes. So there are plenty of options out there. It's good stuff. Let's use it. Good times, good times. Y'all, have a good one. See you later.